So when I moved to the UK, I sold my car, clearly as I would not need it. I sold it for $16,000 and paid off the lender. And you would think that would be rewarded by the credit gods. But in America, just like healthcare, the credit system makes as little sense. Believe it or not, paying off my car loan cost me 80 points on my credit score, causing it to go down. The system doesn't say, oh, you're free of financial shackles now. No, the algorithm says, this is suspicious. In the UK, you pay off a loan, and people say, good for you. Welcome to the American credit system, a place where financial health and actual logic divorced sometime in the 1980s, and they have not spoken since. For anyone in the UK who doesn't know how this works, let me explain, because it's baffling even for Americans. Your credit score in the US isn't just about paying bills. It's tied into what's called a FICO score, a number that can be from 300 to 850. This score decides whether you get a job, rent a flat, are able to buy a couch without having to use the IKEA financing option. It's built with 5 main ingredients: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, new credit, and type of debts that you have, like a type of mix. Are they revolving credits? Are they installment loans, such as a mortgage or a car loan, or even a credit card? Basically, it's how much you owe, how long you've owed it, and how long you've managed to juggle all of that without dying. The ideal American, financially speaking, is someone that is constantly in debt, but politely. But here's where it gets even more ridiculous. If you pay off every single one of your debts and you're completely out of debt, your credit score drops even further because you have no debt. Because you've reduced your active credit lines, you look boring to the system. There's nothing they can really place you into on how they should give you loans, credit, mortgages, or anything else. Even if you've had loans, credit, mortgage in the past, but you decided to pay off all your debts. It's like being in a relationship, but the other person only loves you when you're slightly struggling. So when I paid off my car and closed that loan, the system react with, what's wrong with her? Why isn't she struggling? Why is she not playing the game with us? Kind of like the Saw movies, a little bit like Jigsaw wanting to play a game. Now in the UK, your credit score, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect system either, but it is incredibly more sane and logical than the system set up in America. Credit reference agencies like Experian and Equifax, which oddly also exist in America, yet the two countries do not speak together on credit. Therefore, my credit record and history and score in America are actually completely irrelevant here in the UK. None of that crosses over. But unlike in the States, where you're automatically starting with bad credit at 18 because you have no credit, so you're not technically in the negative or owe anyone, but since you have no credit history, lenders tend to look at that as the same as you have bad credit. Things like paying your cell phone, paying your rent, paying your bills on time, all of that actually does not go into your US credit score. The crucial difference is that British lenders look at your entire credit health, how your whole record looks at, and not just a single FICO score. And yes, there are 3 companies in the United States that will give you a FICO score, but lenders typically are only going to look at your credit score, not what your credit history is. So if there's a situation where your credit score dropped because you paid your debts, that can actually cause problems if you're trying to get a mortgage. In the UK, if you're not constantly juggling debt, lenders consider that fine. That's okay. You can pay off a loan, pay off your car, have a cup of tea, and no one bats an eye. That's how it's supposed to run, right? And that's the thing. In the States, the credit score is not just a credit score. It's literally psychological warfare put in your brain from the time you turn 18 until the time you die. America's economy runs on debt. It's a system for constant motion and never completion. It assumes everyone's buying, spending, building, trading, and owning. Basically, to not do these things is considered unpatriotic. Whereas in the UK, while its system has faults, it prides itself in consistency. It's suspicious of people who spend too much, not those who spend too little. The US score rewards activity, whereas the UK score rewards stability. You could sum it up as America loves the hustle, but the UK loves a nice queue. If you've never borrowed money in the United States, you have bad credit. Even if you've never bought anything, you've never gone into debt, never been late on a payment, the no history is just as bad. You could be rich, own your own house, be in zero debt, and the system is concerned for you. It wonders what's wrong with you. It doesn't see you as financially secure, it sees you as financially invisible. Try renting a flat with no score. No. Try getting a phone plan with no score. Impossible. Try just existing without a credit score. The computer says no. So people are told to take out credit cards they don't even need so they're able to build their credit and be allowed to exist in the adult world. Imagine telling a Brit, no, you're too sensible to qualify as an adult. So yes, I paid off my car and my credit score dropped 80 points. Apparently, I disappointed capitalism. But here's what that taught me. That the American system isn't built on trust. It's built on pushing yourself to a limit that is impossible to sustain. If you're not playing the game, you can't prove that you're good at it. Meanwhile, in the UK, financial trust is built on boredom, stability, consistency, and a bit of logic. So I think the real lesson here is that America wants you to be built on being interesting, whereas the UK wants you built on security. Both have their charms, but only one is built on responsibility. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Does this system make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me either. But please leave a comment below, and I'm sure there's plenty I still have to learn about the UK credit system, being new here myself. So please enlighten me with how everything works here, more than just the research I've been doing myself. Your comments have been super helpful and really have been teaching me a lot. Thanks.